Hello and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Penny Shadi Kwetle, and as usual, I would like to share some information about life and certain areas that I feel is most important to share about. So last week I shared about self-assessment, especially I focused on self-assessment because it being the new year, everybody is making New Year's resolution. So I just thought, you know what, let me touch on this area so that we can know exactly what we need to do in terms of wanting to improve ourselves or wanting to actually meet our goals or our vision or intentions, to set our intentions. It all starts with assessing ourselves. In order for us to improve ourselves, we need to assess ourselves, and to assess ourselves we need to be aware of the areas that we need to improve. I mean, it is not good lying to ourselves that we think that all is kosher, all is going according to plan, when we know that we could be more. I mean, we came here to create, to be creators of our own realities. So if we actually not assessing ourselves and just letting life go on and just living life by default and not being proactively involved in our lives, we're not actually doing ourselves a service, we're actually doing ourselves a disservice. So I would like to touch a bit more again on self-assessment and self-improvement, because there was a comment on my YouTube channel that they wanted to know more about self-improvement. Once again, you cannot improve yourself without assessing yourself in terms of where you are and where you want to be. And for you to assess yourself, you need to know self-awareness. It's all about self-awareness. Where am I in relation to? Where do I need to go? And most of us coaches, we advise that there are values, the things that are very important to us, the things that we value, but sometimes our values are not the actual values that we are working towards, because they reside in our subconscious mind. We think we value one thing, and to find that our life take us towards a direction that we actually really don't want to go to that direction. So this is the perfect time, when everybody else is talking about New Year's resolution, to actually do the work. So a lot of us coaches advise that there are 7 areas where we need to set goals in relation to life and in terms of where we want to be. So those self areas are spirituality, career or vocation, or family, or financial, socially or physically. And what is the 7th? I'm actually wrote them down here. And mentally, yes, mentally. So it's very important when we set goals to know what do we actually value, what is coming to the forefront in terms of the things that are very important to us and the things that are meaningful to us. For example, you know, as parents, we like to say that we value our children or we value our family, but sometimes a parent will be toiling and toiling and toiling, working long hours, making money to provide for this family that he so love and so care for. So, but I mean, when you ask the family, or towards the end of their lives, this parent, when they assess their lives, again, you see now how self-assessment is so important. When they assess their lives, and they will say that I actually wish I had spent more time with my family. And even when you ask their family, they will say, oh, my mom was never at home, she was always at work, or my dad was always overseas on trips, business deals, working. So when you peel the veil, you actually see that no, this parent, the highest value that was guiding their life, that was leading their life, it wasn't actually family, but it was maybe about self-development, or even about money, or even about business. So they actually didn't value the thing that they were saying they value. So it's very important for us to set those values, to know exactly what are our values, so that when we set goals about which direction we want our life to go, we know exactly that we're setting goals. If I have a value about, for example, health, I need to know that I need to set goals and start visualizing and having vision towards the perfect the perfect body or the perfect health that I want to have or to maintain. So that is very important. That's the work of the self-assessment, and awareness is very key to this. So last week I also cautioned about this fact that when we assess ourselves, it is not that now we bring us down, now we have shame and we have disappointments about where we are in relation to where we thought we would be at this current juncture of our lives. Or maybe if it's last year, you would say that, oh, I thought I would be far, or I thought I would have manifested the car of my dream or the home of my dreams, or I would have my partner with me. I'm still single. Like for me with business, it is not where I had hoped that it would be by the end of the year. The work is not to be disappointed and to start beating up on ourselves. So the work is actually to ask questions. So the main question to ask in relation to assessing ourselves, especially now or even at the end of the year, if you haven't done it at the end of the year, this is also the right time to do it. There's never a wrong time. There's always the opportune moment for you to do something. Once something comes to your awareness, you see how awareness is also very important. So, and also when we assess ourselves, we're not assessing ourselves in terms of the things that we didn't achieve that we wanted to achieve. It's also about what went well in my life. Really what went well in my life. And for example, if for me as a coach and a spiritual teacher and a speaker, there are lots of things that went well in my life. But because we are such perfectionists, we don't see small things as big things, or even big things as big things, because now you have this goal that says I want to have 100k per month, and you're not having it. So you're not seeing all this the smaller essence that will take you to where your goal is. So for example, in my life as a coach, what went well is that I produced 3 courses. Not only did I produce 3 courses, I also piloted 2 courses. So I know that right now my courses are ready to function. At any moment when I advertise my course, I can make an income from those courses. So that is done. Number 2 is that I finished my book, and it's actually with the editor. So it's not a small thing. It's like I've been wanting to write a book in the last 12 years of my life, but I finally finished it last year. I finished it, is with the editor, is ready to be published. Once the editor is finished with it, it's going to be published. So it's those things that we also need to be aware of. What went well? What are my accomplishments for the year, for 2021? And then we zoom in on those things and celebrate them. Celebrate small wins, celebrate big wins, but never forget to celebrate, because when you celebrate, you actually give yourself momentum. When you give yourself a pat in the back, you actually saying, hey, you know what, I might not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. So you acknowledge yourself. Self-acknowledgement is also very important. If you're not having friends that shall, because when you are at a beginning stage, nobody's noticing exactly the work that you're doing. If I finish my 3 courses, no one is saying, oh, well done, Penny, you finish your 3 courses, because I'm beginning, and it's very important to me. It's for me to be aware of, okay, how good am I actually doing, as opposed to not recognizing those things. Because if we don't recognize, then we don't get energy to continue doing the good work. So that's very important. Self improvement is very important in terms of assessing where we actually are, and actually where we come from, or what did we achieve. So it is what went well. It's a tick. You write all the things that went well in your life, in 2021. So I'm talking about the year, but this is a daily exercise. I do this work every single day. I sit down just before I go to sleep, about an hour or so before I go to sleep, and I do the work. I sit down. I would have had a list for to-dos, what to do in a day, and I assess my day. Okay, I wanted to clean the house today. I did. I wanted to do some few posts on social media, I did that. And I wanted to do a video that I'm gonna post on YouTube, I did that. So I gave myself tips. Okay, I wanted to do something that I didn't do. Okay, now I'm gonna push it to the following day. It's not a train smash. It's not to beat myself up. Okay, this one I will do it tomorrow, or on something that I did, and I look at it. Okay, no, maybe I should have done it this way. I did it this way. Maybe it would be better for me to do it this way. So I look at it and see how can I improve it. You see now the self-improvement, how important it is. So that's a daily task, daily thing to do, the self-assessment, and maybe even weekly thing. If you're not able to do it per day, you can do it per week, or looking at your week globally. What did I do this week? What did I want to do and I didn't do? What can I improve on? So that is important. Okay, now the one that we like to do, number 2, what didn't go well. We can write stories, we can tell ourselves stories about the things that don't go right or don't go well in our lives. We're very good at doing that. Okay, now you're gonna write a list of what didn't go well. What didn't I do that I wanted to do this year? You're gonna write a list. You're gonna write a full list of what didn't go well. You're gonna write it. Okay, I wanted to have 10 clients per day. I didn't achieve it this year. You write it down. I wanted to lose so much weight. I didn't do it. You write it down. Okay, I wanted to start writing my second book. I didn't. You write it down. No train smash. You write it down. Okay, and then once you've done the work, you've written it down, you're gonna ask, what can I learn? So now you're gonna separate the page that you are writing in, or you can even write it what didn't go well in one page and start comparing on another page. Or if you can draw a line in between the page, you can say, what can I learn from what didn't go right? Okay, because I didn't do this, maybe let's talk about me with clients. Because I didn't gain the 10 clients that I wanted to gain, maybe I need to focus a bit more on marketing. As simple as that. I've learned that for me to get clients, I actually need to put myself out there and market. Oh, okay, maybe I can start going live on social media. I need to overcome my fear of going live and get out of my comfort zone and start marketing my courses or my coaching program. Simple. Okay, what else can I do that is not pushing me too much outside of my box? Okay, maybe I can do direct marketing. Maybe I can talk to a few friends of mine in their companies and start talking to them about maybe them helping me in their companies to get clients. As simple as that. We learn from something. Okay, maybe I do procrastinate in terms of, instead of me doing something, I overthink it, because I can also have that problem of overthinking things before I take action. Okay, maybe I need to take a bit more action because I see I don't take action. I procrastinate and I don't take action. That is the purpose of writing these things down, not to beat ourselves down. So if you've written what didn't go well in a separate page, you can light a candle and just meditate and let them, like, maybe even pull them, whatever you didn't achieve that you wanted to achieve, you've written it down. Just sit down and feel them, because as human beings, we don't want to feel. It's very difficult to feel, because I also read a quote that says that languages were created to hide away feelings. So we are not the feelers. We don't want to feel, especially these things that are not nice. We don't want to feel them. So we're gonna feel the impact of what is why when we don't do the work. We're gonna feel the impact. If it's disappointment that is coming through, we're gonna feel it. This is how I feel right now, and I don't want to feel like this again. You're not gonna numb it, you're gonna feel it. And once you've felt it, that's how you release it. You can actually go through the list one by one and do the work. Start feeling, and once you're done with that, as I'm talking, I remember now recently I was doing some work in the house, because Sometimes I have to do the work in a house. I was actually cleaning, and I stump on something with my toes. I stumped my toe on something, and it was so painful. It was so painful, and I was rushing for it to get well so that I can carry on with what I was doing. And the way it was so painful, I actually had to sit down, and I didn't want to feel this, and I can feel the pain was coming in my heart. And something said, you know what, just sit down and feel it. Let it do the work, because you cannot actually heal something that you don't feel. So okay, I allowed it to do what it needed to do, and it finished. And then once it was finished, once the pain subsided, I went ahead and did what I wanted to do. So it's the same work that you need to go. I mean, it doesn't matter how many you have on your list. You can just go one by one on your list and just feel them. Feel the impact of the work that you're not doing, the work that you know you should be doing and you're not doing. Just feel the impact, what it's doing to you. And just feel it. And I mean, sometimes we have stories. Hey, we have stories. We have stories. So now you're going to feel the emotions, whatever the emotion is, whether it's disappointment, whether it's anxiety, you're going to feel it. Then you're going to listen to the stories that we tell ourselves when we don't do the work, when we are disappointed at ourselves. So, because I'm having this emotion of disappointment, what is the story that I'm telling myself? Oh, I'm such a disappointment. We're gonna work with that as well, because we are like that. We come from perfection, so we expect everything in our lives to be perfect. So you're gonna do the work. You're gonna feel the emotion and also listen to the stories that you're telling yourself when you don't achieve the things that you want to achieve. And then you're gonna listen to the stories. You're gonna kill them. You're gonna deal with them at a go. Once you finish the work, you're going to take that piece of paper, because now you lit a candle, and you can safely burn that paper of the things that you needed to achieve and you didn't. But you have written a separate paper where you extracted the learnings from the things that you didn't do that you wanted to do. As simple as that. And obviously you're going to take your learnings and maybe craft goals around that one. Look at your learnings and see in which area of your values they lie. If it's something to do with family, if I wanted to spend more time with my kids and I didn't do that, obviously you're gonna make a goal around family, so that you know that this thing is going to be your guiding posts, towards a better life for this year, to accomplish what you want to be as a good parent, if that had to do with your family, with your children. So that's the work of self assessment. I went all the way about self-assessment that I didn't even touch on self-improvement. The reason why we self-assess ourselves is so that we can improve ourselves. And then on the issue of self-improvement, I will also carry on about self-improvement next week. On my next video, I'll talk a bit more about self-improvement, but just as a definition of self-improvement is when we want to improve our knowledge, our status, and our character by our own effort. We're not relying on someone else. It's good to have a coach, but my main focus as a coach is to empower. That's why I make these videos. I don't want to have people relying on me. So now if I don't post something on Facebook, or if I don't do a video, then people are lost. No, I don't want that. I want to move to a place where just by sharing these videos, people can start using the work. I'm already giving tips when I do my videos. So if you do the work, you are able to do more work by yourself. So it is the quest to make ourselves better in every facet of our life. That's why we self-assess ourselves. That's why we are beings of awareness. We're conscious about where we are, because we want to improve ourselves. We want to move from this point to another, but that's what we came here to do. We actually came here for growth. So if we do the work, we are able to grow. And self-improvement starts with self-awareness, and the ability to transform ourselves and our habits. You know, they say we can change ourselves one habit at a time. It doesn't mean that this thing you can, it's a boom, you do everything at once and voila, everything is done. No, it's one thing at a time. So that's how we end up improving ourselves. And a habit is a practice that we consistently do, that now gets lodged in our subconscious mind, and it's able to take off by itself. And remember how we started to drive a car. In the beginning, we didn't know how to drive. We were at a driving school, we had a driving school instructor, and then once we started now knowing how to drive, it's like it's engraved in our subconscious mind. It's engraved in our body. We can just take off with it. So a habit, that's how you build a habit, like a habit of meditation. I meditate, and it comes naturally because something that I taught myself earlier on in my life. If you have a habit of going to the gym, it's something that you taught yourself. You know, if you have a habit of eating healthy, it just didn't start. It's something that you had to learn, and then after that, after you did it a couple of times, it's now ingrained in your subconscious mind. It's a way of life. It's part of who you are, you know, in a way, in a sense. So I've given some tasks, and I've given some tools on what to do in areas where you are assessing yourself and you are feeling like, yo, I really didn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. But if ever you need to talk to me, you can reach out. My email address is penny@resultscoach.co.za, penny@resultscoach.co.za. You can visit also my website to check on my bouquet of services, what I do. You can visit my website at www.resultscoach.co.za. That's my website address. You can reach me there. And other than that, you can leave me a comment on this video below. You can just leave me a comment, and I will help you with whatever you want me to help you with. And also, I do offer free discovery calls. Just listen to what I do. I'm an empowerment coach. I help women, busy professional women in corporate, find their life purpose or achieve their work-life balance. That's my area of specialties. If you feel that what I share resonate with you and you are in need of coaching services, you are welcome to contact me. From my heart to your heart, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.